touched my life. I had the opportunity of speaking with one of our queens, Coretta Scott Campbell, in the building. Yes, this beautiful queen here brought Egypt to my attention. I had no knowledge of who she was, but after she told me what she was doing, I'm seeing a younger image of me and what I went through as a kid, being bullied, kids not wanting to sit with me at the seats, calling me names, and it's very, very disheartening because as you get older, you're able to deal with more emotional things than the younger princes are dealing with. So I just want to say, at a young age, at 10, I want to grow up and be just like you. What you're doing right now is absolutely wonderful. From National Geographic to the Huffington Post to the Danny Glover Award by Danny Glover himself to just being with the United Nations just yesterday. But most of all, making time out to come out and be amongst us, the positive queens. And I do thank you for that. And I do thank your mom, Dr. Reba Perry. So everybody give her mother a round of applause. Raising a wonderful young ambassador of peace and of beauty. So if I didn't say everything I'm supposed to read, I'm going to just read you some things about Egypt and her different accolades in which she has received. Egypt, affectionately known as Ife, Ufele, fashion designer, child prodigy, changed the name when she overcame bullying through creativity. Intelligence and grace at the age of 10. Challenged by chronic illness that required steroids to save her life. Ife was bullied for being chubby. You have to excuse me, I had a very, very toothache and the devil is a liar because he's not going to stop what we got going on here today. So, while a lesser person would have caved, she used personality and imagination to design a line of clothing for kids who looked like her. She also established a nonprofit called Bully Chasers. Ife is on a mission to send a lifeline to other kids drowning in a sea of bullies. Painful memories make her stand tall as she helps others to look and feel like a runway model. Her gentle demeanor belies her firm resolve as she crushes the fashion world with the iconic fashion and sassy looks for children, plus-size women, men, and boys. New York Fashion Week was ablaze with talk about America's child prodigy for anti-bullying. Talk shows including ABC, NBC, CBS. She's 10 now. Showcase her talents and her spirit, adding one more victory over the bullies. People magazine, Huffington Post, Chicago Times reported, and Layla Ali named her one of the 3 most inspirational women. This little dynamo looked back at her dignity and fashioned a dynasty. Egypt Ife Ufele is the fashion mogul capturing the runway and the fashion industry. Born on May 3rd, 2005 in Long Island, Egypt Ife Ufele is the daughter of Dr. Reba Perry and Emeka Ufele. Ife's older sister is Sade Perry, a fashion designer. So there was always inspiration for this imaginative child. Diagnosed with a chronic asthmatic health condition, she spent many hours in the hospital enduring steroid injections. The steroids caused her to gain weight, which led to cruel bullying. When they called her chubby, they made her word for tiara and wore it with public pride. She designed clothes for Barbie dolls and sold them by hand. Her challenge was that clothes for curvy kids looked boxy and unflattering. The sounds of the taunts in her ears, she began to design clothes for kids built like her. She wanted to make a difference, and not just for herself, but for the others she saw flinch as bullies tried to beat them down with body shaming. Weight for many children is not controllable for many reasons. The Wise Child was the first child designing to present all-inclusive line, a line to enhance the beauty of people with curves. She founded a nonprofit and anti-bullying campaign. She wanted to give the silent victims a voice and look to overcome bullies. Egypt Ife Ufele, assisted by her mother, her grandmother, Nellie Rembert, and her aunt, and Andraine Williams, and publicist Yvonne Forbes, launched a clothing line at the Small Business Fashion Week in February 2016, and set the fashion industry on fire. Ife named the stylish print pieces Chubiiline and won hearts. With a book deal and a manufacturing deal, she is conquering. The fashion line and a passion to overcome bullies grew into a dynasty. Style, panache, the glittering lights made the world take notice. The power of the message and the stunning pieces speak for her. One quiet voice has created a landslide of change. Egypt Ife Ufele, with the joy of the child and the power of a warrior, dominated the fashion industry and tamed those bullies. She is victorious over the haters with the power of her beautiful mind. So, ladies, queens, princesses, would you please rise as I make way for one of the most wonderful young CEO of two companies, young princess, Egypt Ife Ufele.
I'd like to thank my mom, my grandma, my sister, and my aunt Andrew.
It's okay.
Just tell them your websites. Your websites.
Oh, you can find me on Instagram at Chubiiline. And my website is chubiiline.com, and you can buy some of my t-shirts at shopchubiiline.com.
Thank you, Egypt.